everybody. Okay, let me turn this off because I have a knack for leaving that fan on and it's like shh throughout my entire videos. Well, welcome back if you are returning, or welcome if you are new here. I am Courtney. I am here to tell you about some fairy tales that I've been reading, those with a modern twist. But I also need to do these nails. They are ride or die, and they have died. So I'm gonna get myself together. I'm gonna be doing dip nails. Anyway, so I read a collection of short stories by 5 best-selling authors. I got it off Amazon. It's called the Faraway Collection. And it's a modern, not even modern, just a different retelling of some common fairy tales. You have a lot of analogies that are used. There's some dark themes as well. And you know, the authors are very diverse when it comes to race and gender. So I really enjoyed different perspectives in how they told these stories. Now, the first story is called, what is it called? The Prince and the Troll, and it's a fairy tale. You know how trolls are believed to, you know, live underneath a bridge and then lure people and kill them. Well, this one involves Adam, who is walking to work one day and he drops his phone over the bridge into the, you know, murky mud below. And this troll gets it for him and, you know, throws it up to him. And they start this little, you know, friendship. So he comes by every day and he brings her Starbucks. I started to question if Starbucks actually sponsored this particular fairy tale. But he brings the Starbucks and, you know, they develop this friendship. And he decides that he wants to take her and bring her to his home and, you know, live in the lap of luxury because, you know, he has a pretty good life. He works for some entity called The Road. But she tells him, you know, I can't go, you know, anywhere else. I have to stay here. And you come to realize that The Road is the reason why her environment in this murky murk is drying up, and that they can't really coexist. So it's a pretty interesting story. This story shows that love does not conquer all, and sometimes there's just not a happily ever after. It also shows how people can infringe upon other people and don't even know it, and how that affects their very existence. Very good book. I recommend it definitely. I think I am going to do, which do I choose? Silver butterflies. These will be my decals before I do my nails. Okay, so the next book is called Hazel and Gray, which is a retelling of Hansel and Gretel. So you have these two young people, I think they're in high school, and Hazel, you know, comes from a very tumultuous family. Her mom's dating this new guy who is very, very controlling. Anyway, Hazel and Gray sneak off into the woods, you know, for a little tryst, anyway. And so they get lost on the way back, and they come upon this house with these, you know, mystical people, and find out that there's, you know, a brothel going on and there's some sex trafficking. So, you know, very nefarious acts, you know, drugs and stuff. And the people in the house want Hazel for their, you know, stuff going on, and Gray saves her. So definitely a very interesting retelling. I thought it was interesting that Gray drops Legos instead of the breadcrumbs in the original fairy tale, and the other girls in the house, they are they have like jewel names, so like Garnet and Sapphire. So that was really unique. I thought that this story was interesting in that it showed that you can't always underestimate people just because they're quiet. They might not always be weak, and that's what happened when it came to Gray. He was a smart guy. It also shows that controlling people can be dangerous, so you got to watch out. And it also talked about, you know, the enduring power of love, because Gray became her savior. So very good book. These decals are just difficult to take off of here. Anybody ever use these things? Might have to squash this plan. Okay, I'm back, and I did not give up on the butterflies. I got some help, so I got a few on already, so I'm gonna finish with my plan. Okay, so the next story is called The Princess Game. Now, The Princess Game is told in an interview type, you know, question and answer type thing. And I think it's based off of The Little Mermaid, although I didn't really get the connection there, but you know, it was still a good story without understanding what it's based off of. And with the Princess Game, you have Chaminade High School. And you know, it's this really ritzy high school. And you have the Chaminade Princess, where, you know, it's the jocks, where they rule the school and the girls are supposed to drool. And they date the girls and rate them, you know, try to hook up with the hottest girl in school. So they have this little game going on, very chauvinistic society. And then the girls start coming up missing and are found murdered and posed in, you know, these pretty Disney princess sort of ways. So the cops infiltrate the school and go undercover to try to determine who are killing these girls. The toxic masculinity that is displayed in this book is done very well. I was really annoyed with all of these privileged supposed alpha males in this school, and I was really annoyed with the cop who went undercover with them, because you know, he was displaying that same sort of cocky behavior as them, trying to relive his heyday. And this book really did give me 21 Jump Street vibes, made me started thinking of Johnny Depp. That was pre-Amber Heard, that's for sure. But I thought this story was really good. Okay, so the next story is called The Cleaners. And this one is based off of The Princess and the Pea. You know, where the princess, I guess, has to prove she's a princess by sleeping on the mattress and whether or not she can feel the pea. Anyway, so this one is pretty interesting. It was about how memories are attached to the objects that you touch. So it's called memory deposits. And if you want to wipe the memories off of any object that you touch, then you have to take it to the cleaners. Now you have Clara, who, you know, she's ultra sensitive. She can't sense memories when she touches things, but she can sense emotions. Well, she has broken up with her dude, and she doesn't want those memories floating around because, you know, it's hurtful. So she takes objects to the cleaners to be cleaned. And then you have Guy, who is the cleaner, who is memory blind. So he is not able to form memories or fill memories on objects. So it makes him really good candidate for being able to do a job like that. And then you have Beatrice, who is Clara's sister. She is a forensic memory chaser. So she goes and traces the origins of memories to make sure that they're authentic. And also a hard job because she holds a lot of memories, which I would think would make it hard to kind of move through life to figure out which ones are authentically yours or ones you've touched on the surface and acquired. So I like how this book explores whether or not severing those connections between people by wiping out memories or even creating new ones serves humanity for good or for the bad. One thing in this book that I thought was really interesting is that manufacturing at this time has collapsed in America and most products are made in China. Well, you know, China has a history of suffering, you know, from its people and, you know, some questionable manufacturing processes. So when people get products, then, you know, you have that memory of that suffering on the products. So products are shipped to America in order to be cleaned and given this, you know, blank slate. So products are labeled as assembled in China, cleaned in America. So that's an interesting concept for sure. Now, the last story in this Faraway collection is called The Wickeds, and this was my absolute favorite. Now, you have the evil stepmother, the evil queen, you know, from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Rapunzel, and Cinderella. I'm just going to call them the mothers. So they are sitting in the salon and they meet and realize that they all have something in common, and that their daughters have bad-mouthed them. So they are ostracized. There's articles written about them. They're just, you know, enemy number one in the eyes of everyone else, and that these stories are not true and they are getting a bad rep. So they band together and decide they're going to go on a quest to kill their daughters. So they go on this journey to find them and, you know, discover a lot of stuff along the way. And it's a story of female empowerment, about a masochistic society, about how females' voices aren't heard, and about not knowing their identity and discovering who they are. Now, I thought it was interesting that the daughters of Cinderella and Rapunzel and Snow White seems to have the same gripes that they had with their own mother. So that goes to show you, you know, things don't change. But I also was a bit peeved at the mom. You are going to go on a quest to kill the daughters. How come you didn't go after the men? I just feel like that shows you how females in society tend to make other females the enemy when we really should be bonding together. So that kind of disturbed me for a while. Overall, I did enjoy this series. I thought that it was very unique and it was fun to read. I'm gonna go and get this dip nail shenanigans on since I got my decal. Okay, I'm back. This is just not my day. Apparently, I don't have clear dip powder like I thought I did. So these decals are for nothing because I put purple on top. Anyway, here are my nails. Okay, I hope that you have a great day and check out this Faraway collection. Leave me some comments. Please like and subscribe, and let's talk about some books.